And in doing that, they make sure that everything is distorted. When there is really, everything is changeful, you try to make out everything is permanent. Why do you have a bank balance? Why do you want to go and invest all your fortune in this different investment media and increase your wealth and all that sort of thing? Or you get it up a bit of the wealth because it's too burdensome. All these things ultimately you go behind this feeling and the craving that arises from feeling. It's the root cause of all mischief in life. You mistake the impermanent to be permanent. You mistake, the dukkha, the unsatisfactoriness to be very satisfactory and happiness. You mistake that when there is no I or ego, you think that, oh, it is all I and ego. You mistake the ugly to be beautiful. In 4 ways these mental distortions are going on constantly because of feeling. Because you don't know feeling. If you know feeling, then you will know yourself why you are motivated to do things. People justify it. They will say, yes, I am doing the right thing. I want to have my way and nobody else's way. There is nobody to tell me what to do and not to do. This big I-ness, this big craving for impressing upon others how smart I am. Oh. It is all, this is the source of the jail in which people are locked up all the time. And all that happens because of feeling. Feeling creating craving. And you are, blissfully unaware how you are feeding your river of craving all the time through your feeling. And the feeling what? I am. Very nice feeling. So now, the understanding of feeling therefore is very, very important. You first of all start, because you can't immediately go and grab feeling and then be a master of it. No, it takes time. Just note the 3 types of feeling. They are very basic. You can easily identify them. There is no problem at all. All you have to do is mindful. That's all. Just contemplate the feeling, that means observe the feeling. Mentally observe, mentally become mindful of the feeling. There you are. You are now seated on the ground. Very good. Just focus your attention on your seat and feel that you are comfortable. Or if you are not, then you will be fidgeting about. You will fidget this way, that way, just to be comfortable. So now this fidgeting, you see, this way, that way, changing your posture and all that, all the time. What? What is behind it? Craving for pleasure, pleasurable feeling. And that craving has come from feeling itself. Because you like to have your pleasure, comfortable feeling, you crave for it. And you crave for it, you cling to it. And when you cling, bas, there you have committed yourself to a series of karma, volitional activity. And that when you keep on accumulating volitional activity, karma, the consequence is rebirth. So behind your rebirth, being born again and again, then die again and again, then be reborn again and again, ad infinitum life system goes on. That is called samsara. Wandering in this wilderness of momentary existence, of worldly existence. So now, first of all, identify the clinging, the feeling. as an exercise, this is good enough. Now you are sitting there hearing the discourse. Focus your attention to where what you are feeling. Now as you hear the discourse, your mind is active, it's engaged. What kind of feeling you have got out of that, out of this engagement? So if you focus your mind constantly on whatever you are doing, thinking or saying or anything that, the situation in which you are, as you do that, you will discover your feeling. And then you will unriddle what is behind feeling. That is craving. The moment you are able to identify craving, born of feeling, that moment you have become the triumphant person. You are your master. Before that you are just a slave of your emotions, slave of your feelings, slave of your cravings. And you don't know that you crave. You justify, I am so smart, I am running the whole business. So all this delusion of I-ness and my-ness, of being very able and try to impress the world, which everybody is trying to do, in some way or other. Or behind all this, and the karma that it produces, behind all that is feeling. So you start like a baby. The baby doesn't know how to walk. First of all, it is on its tummy. The mother has put the baby on the tummy or on the back. So this creature keeps on the back or on the tummy. Then it begins to move a little with the leg here, this way, that way. Then it wants to sit. It balls out, and the mother comes running and makes it to sit. After it gets used to sitting, then it must walk. It stands first of all, and while standing it falls again and again, sits. But it keeps on standing, falling and standing. Then it begins to put its first step and begins to walk and fall and walk and fall. This is just what happens with feeling meditation. You can't suddenly bloom into a full experience of the true nature of feeling. No. You have to step by step get familiarized and habituated into knowing your feeling. Once in this way you cultivate and develop your mindfulness, and you develop your clear comprehension about the nature of the feeling, just plain identification. It is pleasant, it is unpleasant, it is neither. This ability to identify the feeling itself is insight of some kind, is clear comprehension of some kind, clearly aware or understanding of something. Once you begin to build that from moment to moment, a time will come, then you will see, my goodness, behind this feeling there are two big things. One is a demon and the other is a great saint. Either the feeling is samisa, that means worldly, mundane. You see, you have a pleasant feeling, very good. What is behind that pleasant feeling? Wanting comfort, wanting enjoyment, wanting this, wanting that. It's something to do with the world only. It only by samisa or worldly or mundane is meant that which perpetuates worldly existence. If you keep on wanting, to be comfortable all the time, to be happy or joyous all the time, what are you doing? You are feeding into this river of craving all the time. and inviting all the troubles in the world that will follow. So if you, after becoming familiarized with the nature of the three basic feelings, you say whether it's a worldly type, whether this feeling will perpetuate worldly existence, lokya, or it will lead to lokuttara, the transcendental, the supermundane ultimate reality of freedom. Whether this feeling leads there or it leads there. Where? Does it perpetuate your existence because you like the comfortable feeling and therefore you fidget about even when you are sitting to hear Dhamma? You are sitting here to hear Dhamma, but from moment to moment you are changing your posture. Why? Have you asked yourself? Or you are changing your mind, thinking you are judging all the time somebody else, but never yourself. And the feeling therewith, the comfort you feel of I-ness. My judgment is so wonderful. I know. When you really don't know. You imagine you know. So this kind of delusion that goes along with feeling, the craving that goes along with feeling, you will be able to discover when you know that this pleasant feeling is really a worldly type. It's something which is seeking something material benefit. It doesn't seek any spiritual benefit whereby you make an end of worldly existence, all the suffering that worldly existence brings. So once you begin to distinguish the feeling into these two categories, whether it's worldly or material for material gain or whatever it is, or it is a otherworldly or super mundane, where does it lead to? Once you begin to, dissect every feeling into these two categories, that this only perpetuates worldly existence, this pleasant feeling, or this leads me towards the supramundane, ultimate freedom. Once you are able to very clearly see through and you unriddle your experience of feeling, your life will completely change. All the self-deceptions that come due to feeling, people are putting on faces all the time, of all kinds, very calm, but inside they are burning. So all this drama that they play with themselves all the time, they are not aware. Why? Because they are not aware of the feeling behind that. So if you go into the feeling first of all, what kind, basic three, then whether they lead to spiritual freedom or they perpetuate worldly existence. Now painful feeling nobody wants. Now you sit down for meditation, your knee pains. And you certainly don't like the knee must pain all the time. But anyhow, you endure, at least for some time, and increase this endurance. You are developing a powerful spiritual factor called khanti, forbearance, ability to forbear. All the trouble in the world is because people don't have forbearance. They are not patient. They don't have enduring patience. They hit back immediately. They get angry. Quickly, just react. Why? Behind this feeling. And the ego, sense of ego that feeling brings. So while meditating, the knee pains a little. You keep on forbearing, enduring. A time will come, if you are able to sit for, let us say, 1 minute now. I started with 1 minute anyway, when I started meditation. It was impossible for me to sit more than a minute. Then I grew, develop it into 5 minutes, into half an hour, into number of hours. So there you are. If you endure, you see, there is a saying in Bengali which says, Je soy se roy. The man who can endure, who can sahana shakti, who has got the power of forbearance, it is he who lasts. The others crop very quickly. So develop this forbearance and go through the painful experience and say, yes, it's an unpleasant feeling. After all, it's just unpleasant. Never mind, we have to forbear unpleasant also. We need not run after the pleasant all the time. This way, as you reason with yourself, you are becoming a master over your craving. And once you are becoming a master over your craving, you become master over your delusion of I. And once that happens, you become a master over your feeling itself. This is spiritual development. It's not very easy, but not impossible. So if you are a serious person and an honest one, go, jump into your feeling and try to find out what are you feeling and why are you feeling that way and what is behind that feeling. Discover your real motive. You discover, this madness for self-I-ness and all that. Once you are able to do that, life really becomes happy. And it becomes meaningful. So, today only this much I will say. In the next discourse, I will take up the sixth type of, first of all we started with 3, then it becomes 6, then it becomes 9. Then it becomes 54 types of exercising the mind on feelings. Today it is this much. May the blessings of Bhagavan Buddha, his teaching and his holy order of saints, may their blessings be with you. May you be able to practice the feeling contemplation as much as you can from moment to moment. May you all be happy. Sukhino bhavantu.